Today I'm going to review information that has been confirmed for Pokemon Legends Arceus. So here I am on the Pokemon website, and it looks great. The landscape just looks beautiful. The Pokemon, I think, look beautiful. You got the Turtwigs, your Piplups, your Piloswines, and Gardevoirs. I'll probably do a review on the gameplay trailer. What I want to do is just look at the first selling points today and what Game Freak is trying to sell to us and my first impressions on it. So we have our starter Pokemon, Rowlet, Cyndaquil, and Oshawott. I love all three of these guys. In Alola, I picked Rowlet because I thought it was really cool and really cute, and I thought Decidueye was really cool, and yeah, I love Rowlet. Cyndaquil I always picked because it was always between Cyndaquil and Totodile for me. Chikorita is good, but not my favorite, so I always picked Cyndaquil in Heart Gold and Soul Silver, for instance, when I played that, and when I played Gold and Silver on the Virtual Console. And then I picked Oshawott as like my first starter in Unova, but I kind of cycled through the three. I like all of these. I like the choices that they made. I think they picked starters that were generally second favorite or good starters but not great starters, which is good because I think that's what they needed to do. They needed to give these guys a slight upgrade in whatever it was for them to be more popular, and I think they've done a great job picking the starters here. I think they picked three of them that kind of all fit the same role in that they're kind of, if A is the highest tier, they're all kind of B tier starters, and I think Game Freak's doing a good job giving them something new to spice them up and getting the player, us, excited about them. So now we move on to the newly discovered Pokemon, and this is where the bulk of the video is going to be today. I think Weirder is pretty cool. It's a normal psychic type. It's a Stantler evolution, which I think is really, really cool. It's got the same typing as Girafarig. I don't know what its base stats are going to be, but presumably it's going to be better or about the same as Stantlers. So I like what Weirdeer can do. It looks really cool. And apparently you can ride it around the region, which was in the gameplay trailer, which I think is super cool. And here on the website, it says that it can protect against the cold really well, which is pretty interesting. I wonder if it'll have some ability when we're in cold environments or biomes or whatever that is. And it also has this cool psychic attack in this other picture. I'm very excited for Weirdeer. I think it has a lot of potential. Will I use it? Probably not, but I still think it could go a long way, and I really like what it is. Basculegion is the next Pokemon on the list on the website, and I think Basculegion is very, very cool. It's Water Ghost, and I think this is a huge upgrade for a Pokemon, Basculin, in the Unova region that really didn't get enough love. It was kind of the generic fish Pokemon. You found it everywhere in the region, but Basculegion is going to be a big upgrade for it. It looks really cool. I love the way it kind of fades out at the back, kind of like Dragapult did in the Sword and Shield games. But the way Basculin does it is very cool with the red smoke kind of fading into white at the back. I really like it. Basculegion is probably a Pokemon that I'm going to use on my team. 9'10" height makes me think that height on fish is like nose to tail, but 9'10" is still a ridiculous height. One of the coolest parts of the Legends Arceus page is it gives information that would normally be like in the Pokedex. For instance, Basculegion fights with Pokemon that have died, couldn't get upstream, which is really cool. And Basculegion is really, really cool Pokemon, and look how cool it looks. It just looks like an absolute menace. It looks like what Mega Gyarados, I think, could have been design-wise. Obviously, Mega Gyarados was a menace. In terms of like stats and typing, it was pretty good, and obviously the move pool it got was very, very good. But Basculegion was what it could have been like design-wise. I think it looks really cool. I'm really, really excited to use this Pokemon. Let's get on to the next one. And Kleavor is the last Pokemon they're presenting to us. Now, Kleavor is a Scyther evolution that is bugged rock type, and I think Kleavor looks really cool. I'm not a huge fan of Scizor and Scyther. That might be a hot take. I know a lot of people like Scizor, but Kleavor is cool. I like it. Probably not going to use it, but I think the design is very cool. I like the axes a lot. I like the kind of rocky, rugged aspect that it gives off. I think it's a very, very neat way to add in something else into the game. I think it's going to be an interesting boss fight. Obviously, in the gameplay trailer, you're seen fighting it, and you're seen fighting it here with your trainer person in the background. I think it's cool. I like it. I like Kleavor. Will I use it on my team? Probably not, but I think it looks very, very cool. I love the little brown, what are these, eyebrows here that it gives off, giving it a nice mean appearance. It looks very, very strong. I won't deny that. It looks very strong. It looks like your traditional rock types, your Tyranitar, your Golems, your Onyxes that looked strong. I think Kleavor does that for me. Now getting on to the last bit of the video, we're going to talk about regional forms. Now, first off is Hisuian Voltorb and presumably Hisuian Electrode. These guys are electric grass type, which I think is a really cool concept. Voltorb and Electrode were Pokeballs, essentially. They were Pokeballs come to life in the original games, and they were just pure electric type, right? Because Pokeballs were electronic. But now Pokeballs are kind of wooden, they're mechanical, and so now they've added in this wooden aspect of Hisuian Voltorb and presumably Electrode, and they're electric grass, which I think is really cool. Again, might use these, haven't really thought about it too much, but I like this guy. I think he's really cool. I think it's pretty funny here. It says this Pokemon is always in high spirits and has a friendly personality because, as we know in the original games and in many spin-off games, Voltorb and Electrode are not happy Pokemon, so I think it's funny how they mention that it's very happy here in this grass wooden form. Moving on to what I think is the coolest Hisuian forms, Hisuian Zoroa and Zoroark, and I'll kind of do these at the same time. But Hisuian Zoroa is a normal ghost type, and Zoroa and Zoroark can disguise themselves as other Pokemon, which I'm really excited for in this kind of three-dimensional open world game, because I'm interested to see, like, will they actually do that? Because in the gameplay trailer, we see Zoroark fighting the trainer, but is that because we've broken the disguise? Or is that because it just appears as Zoroark in the overworld? I'm very intrigued to see how they fit that in to Pokemon Legends Arceus, but I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for Zoroa. I also like here how it says on the website that illusions that the Baneful Fox Pokemon projects have expressions of such utter malice towards every last thing upon this world that those who see them are said to be driven mad by terror. This Pokemon is going to be super cool. I am super excited for this thing. Look at how cool this thing looks right here. I mean, look at that. That's insane. I'm super psyched. Hisuian Braviary is next, and this is a Psychic Flying type, which shares typing with, I believe, Articuno Galar and Swoobat. I think might be the only two Pokemon, but there might be more. Let me know down in the comments if I'm missing one. I think this thing needed a regional variant. Braviary was cool, I liked it, but it wasn't like my favorite bird Pokemon. I really like Staraptor, I really like Talonflame, and Braviary just kind of seemed sandwiched in between. I know Unpheasant's in there, but Unpheasant's gross. Braviary is really cool. I think it needed a regional variant. I'm not going to be surprised if Mandibuzz gets a regional variant soon, because it's similarly mistreated. It's got this nice little psychic tuft at the top of its head, which makes its design look really sweet and slick. It makes it look like a psychic type Braviary, which is what the regional variants should be. I think the regional variants, when you think of the good ones, come to mind are Alolan Ninetales, where they changed it so that it looked like an Ice Fairy Pokemon, and Hisuian Braviary, I think, is an excellent example of that as well, where they just changed it to look like what it's supposed to look like. I love how in the gameplay trailer you can fly it, and it looks super cool. You look super smooth, and it just looks incredible riding this giant white bird. It's just so majestic. I can't wait to ride this thing in game. And last but not least on the website is this Hisuian Growlithe, and I'm very excited about this guy. He looks really cute, and I really like what they're doing with him, making him Fire Rock type. I'm pretty certain that Hisuian Arcanine is also going to be Fire Rock type, but I really like this guy. He's super cute. Yeah, that's all you can really say. I mean, he's a little off-putting, it says in the website right here. It says building trust with the Hisuian Growlithe takes time. But look at it. It looks adorable. It looks like a little Slurpuff on top of Growlithe's head, and I think that's really cute. Really quick before I get in my team talk, I want to point out that there's going to be mythical Pokemon in Legends Arceus, and I think that's really cool. I'm really excited to get Darkrai. I've never had a Darkrai ever because obviously you've never been able to obtain one without an event, and I wasn't able to get the event when Diamond and Pearl came out. What is it now? 15 years ago. And that was my first Pokemon game, so I'm very excited for Darkrai. Very excited for Shaman. Same thing, but not quite as cool as Darkrai. And Arceus as well. Obviously, no one's ever been able to have a legitimate Arceus, and so if we're able to catch it, that's going to be really cool, and I'm very excited for it. Okay, so now I'm very quickly going to outline what I think I'm going to use on my Pokemon team. So I think my starter is going to be, at this point, Cyndaquil. I'm really hoping for some sort of Hisuian Typhlosion. I think that'll be really cool if that's confirmed. But if not, I still think Typhlosion is a solid starter, and it allows me to use other Pokemon that I wouldn't normally use. I don't think I'm going to be using Hisuian Growlithe or Arcanine for that reason, because then I'll have a dual typing of fire. That's a loss I'm willing to take. Now, if Hisuian Typhlosion ends up being Fire Ghost, not so sure if I want to use Typhlosion anymore, because I really want to use Basculegion, which is the second Pokemon on my team. I think this is the best new Pokemon by far, in my opinion. I really like Basculegion. I think it looks really cool. I'm really excited for it. I think this thing has the makings of being one of the best water type Pokemon they've created. It shares typing with Jellicent, which had a lot of potential, but obviously I don't think was executed very well. But I think Basculegion is going to be an incredible Pokemon, and I can't wait to use it. Third on my list, I'll probably use Gardevoir. It's my favorite Pokemon. I really like Gardevoir, and it was confirmed in one of the gameplay trailers, so Gardevoir will probably be the third member of my team. If Legends Arceus is compatible with Pokemon Home, I have a shiny Ralts that I just caught in Brilliant Diamond that I really want to use in Legends Arceus that I think would be super cool if I could use a fresh shiny Ralts in Legends Arceus and train it all the way up into a Gardevoir. I think that would be super cool. Ninetales and Vulpix have been confirmed for this game, and I really like their Alolan variants, as I discussed earlier with Braviary. And so if their Alolan variants are available in this game, then I will absolutely be using Alolan Ninetales. I think it looks super cool. Yes, it's a dual typing of Fairy with Gardevoir, but I'm willing to forego that because I think Alolan Ninetales is such a cool Pokemon, and I really want to use it on a playthrough. I've never really done that because Alolan Vulpix was kind of towards the end of Ultra Sun, and I never got to play Sun, so I don't know where it was in Sun. But I'm very excited to use one on my team. And for my last two, I'm kind of just going to feel it out, see how it goes. I planned out teams before. I really thought I was going to get Weavile in my Brilliant Diamond playthrough, but I never really got one. I caught a couple Sneasels, but they never really stuck on the team. Obviously, you have to evolve it using a Razor Claw or something like that, so I never really got the Weavile that I wanted, and I ended up using Medicham instead, which is something that I never thought I would use in a playthrough, and I loved it. I loved using Medicham. It was one of my favorite Pokemon on the playthrough, and I think that if I'm going to build the team now, I'm going to miss out on a lot of the stuff that I could find in Legends Arceus and really enjoy using. So I think what I'm going to do is leave those last two slots open for now. Let me know down in the comments what you think I should do. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.